everyone, and welcome to today's class. For today, the only prop that you may want to have nearby is a blanket, just to find a little bit more ease when coming into a cross-legged seated position. Otherwise, nothing is required to flow through today's class, so whenever you have what you need, go ahead and meet me in that seat. So when coming into your cross-legged position, allow whichever leg naturally rests in front. Go ahead and take that. And then if you would like a little bit of a boost in your seat, go ahead and scooch that blanket, that towel underneath your sit bones to get a little bit of a lift. Find a little bit more ease, a little bit more height through the spine. Give yourself a minute to fidget back and forth to find that comfortable seat. And begin to settle in. Allow your sit bones to anchor down into the mat, into the earth, into that soft surface that you provided yourself. And from that anchor point, start to find height through each vertebrae as that energy lifts the crown of your head tall. Allowing the shoulders to rest down and away from your ears. And allow the hands to come to rest wherever they fall naturally, whether you're holding them together on your lap, allowing your palms to rest on the knees or palms to face the sky. Wherever your energy brings you, starting today, starting this class. Through today's flow, we're going to stay low to the mat. Just kind of working through some sticking points, just finding space, expansion through the body. Just to get the body moving. Now you've settled into your seat. If you want to close your eyes, to fall a little bit deeper inward. And if you feel comfortable doing so. Otherwise, keep your gaze soft. Feeling the pattern of your breath. Taking note of the pace and the depth. And just coming into your own, whatever that may mean. Whether you're coming into this class with high energy and you need to slow the pace down, slow your energy down a little bit. Maybe as you arrived on your mat, everything kind of just settled in naturally. And that pace of breath is just allowing you to settle in with even more ease. Wherever you're at, wherever your hands landed, go ahead and grab hold of the knees. Allow the palms to rest on the knees here. We're going to start to find some movement within the spine. So make any adjustments to your seat as you need to stay comfortable remaining here in this position as we move from this starting point. So as your palms rest on your knees, go ahead and take an inhale. Pull the belly forward. Pull the chest forward. Draw the shoulder blades back and down the back body. Coming into a seated cow. Then exhale, use the palms against the knees to round the back backward. Maybe gentle tuck of the sit bones a little bit further underneath your seat. Then inhale, scoop the belly forward, pull the chest through. Exhale, round. Sinking backwards into your seat. And making these movements a little bit bigger each time. They don't have to be the biggest expression of your range here getting started. Inhaling, pulling the chest through. Exhale, round. Inhale. Belly falls forward, gaze lifts up, shoulder blades pulling back along the spine to open the chest. Hold the heart. Exhale, round. Giving your body the space, the room, the time it needs to explore movement, not expecting the best. Right off the bat, exhale, round. So we're just moving through your cat-cows at your own pace. We're just going to move through a few rounds here. Becoming in tune, breath and movement. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, scooping the chest forward. One more round, exhale. Inhale, pull through. Pulling the chest forward, sorry, one more round, finishing out that round. Exhale, round back. And then inhale, come back to that tall seat. And as we would create some barrel rolls if we were in a traditional cat-cow on our hands and knees, we're gonna find that rotation here in the seated position. Again, if you wanna make any adjustments, switch your legs if that makes you feel more comfortable. If you feel like you're getting a little bit stuck in your seated position, make any modifications you need. But from here, we're gonna start to find some circles with the chest, pulling the chest forward, coming towards the left side, rounding back, and then pulling the torso towards the right. So we're just making these big circles. To the right, to the front, to the left, to the back. Increasing the space that you're taking up with every round. Trying to keep your base anchored. And your torso is just stirring over the pot. Maybe spending an extra moment or two in areas that you feel some increased tension, a little bit more rigidity. Give your body the space, the time to explore that a little bit deeper if you'd like. Just a few more rounds, moving in that whatever direction you chose first. And then go ahead and switch, reverse the movement. See how it feels moving in the opposite direction. Maybe things feel the same, maybe they feel a little bit different. Maybe you're able to target those areas of tension, those sticking points with a little bit more ease, or maybe those areas feel different as you approach them through a different light. And using your hands as a way to create and maintain that momentum, use them as you need to encourage your body to move through these different ranges, these different points of the circle. Keeping your base a little bit more sturdy if you can, keeping those sit bones anchored. And just stirring over top. Few more breaths. And come back to center. Once you re-anchor your sit bones, you're feeling that even pressure left to right. Reintegrate with the spine, pulling that energy up through the base, through the crown of the head, and find that tall spine. Feeling the energy swirl around you, that energy you're created for yourself. Allow the right fingertips to plant just outside the right hip, and then inhale, left hand overhead, reaching towards the right. Drive that left sit bone in towards the earth. Feeling the expansion through the left rib cage. And then start to turn the torso over the right leg. So you're still reaching those left fingertips long. Might feel a little bit more space within the back body on the left side as you then start to sweep the left hand towards the front of the mat. Right hand follows. Like you're moving into child's pose, but your legs are still crossed out in front of you. And then start to walk the hands over towards the left. Left fingertips playing outside the left hip. Right arm reaches up and over. Keeping that right sit bone anchored. Expanding through the right side body, the right rib cage. Turn the torso down towards the left leg. So your collarbones are now squaring off to your left thigh. Allow the right fingertips to come closer to the earth so that you can walk the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Pause for just a second as you continue over to the right side. We're going to do one more round each side. So walking the hands over to the right fingertips plant, left arm sweeps up and over towards the right, opening the chest towards the front of the mat. Upper body faces down towards the right leg. Fold over that right thigh as the left fingertips come to the earth. Right hand meet the left and walk them through center. And then walk them over towards the left. Left fingertips plant. Right arm reaches up and over. Opening the chest towards the front of the room. Until now we turn the torso over that left thigh. Fold forward, reach the right fingertips long. Right fingertips meet the left fingertips meet the right. And then walk the hands towards center. Inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the front edge of the mat. Keep the spine long and exhale, fold forward. Feel the sensation within the hips. And then walk the hands back toward you so that the upper body reaches up. Feel free to leave the blanket or towel where it is. You're going to keep the right leg in. The left leg is going to extend long. So if you found that this little boost has been helpful in finding some movement at the start of class, feel free to leave it. Otherwise, you can take it out. Allow the sit bones to come to the earth. Right leg in towards the left inner thigh. And then to start, if you can, grab hold of the inner arch of that left foot, or you can just come onto the shin. The right arm is going to reach up and over once more. Spinning the chest open towards the right edge of the mat. Finding space within the right side body, opening up that side. Filling that one. Reaching the right fingertips long, keeping that chest open as best you can. Then on your next breath, go ahead and spin the torso over the left leg. And then fold forward. See how the sensation changes within the hips, within the back side of the left leg. Trying to square the collarbones now over the left leg. If it provides a little bit more ease in this position, you can always find a bend in that left leg. Kind of work your way in towards the direction of straight, if that's more comfortable for you. And inhale, walk the hands back up. And we're going to switch sides. Left leg comes in, right leg comes out. And then with the right leg extended long, sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. Bring the right arm inside the right leg. So whether that means grabbing hold of the inner arch or just holding onto the shin or the calf, whatever feels most comfortable. Inhale that left arm up and overhead. Reaching up and over towards the right toes. Keep that left sit bone anchored in towards the earth. Allow the left knee to relax down as well. Try not to hug it up and in. creating unnecessary tension within the body. Allow everything to relax. Expanding through the left rib cage, feeling the sensation deepen with every inhale. Then go ahead and turn the torso, keeping that space within the left side. Turn the torso towards the right leg. Square off with the right leg. And forward fold. You can hold on to your calf behind the knee or the sole of the foot, whichever is most accessible. Inhale, reaching the spine long, and with every exhale, settling in. Two more breaths here. Walk the hands back up. Bring the right foot in, cross the ankles, sit over the ankles and coming into tabletop position. Keeping the toes tucked back behind you. Start to shift the weight forward and back into the heels, or hips to heels. Or if you want to untuck the toes, you want to put pressure hips to heels with the ankle in this direction, feel free. We're in that seated position for quite a long time, so just moving through any sensations that you're feeling, first moving out of it. Just take a moment to address it, maybe roll the ankles, point and flex the toes. And go ahead, come into your tabletop position. Now that we're here, we're just going to warm up through the spine for a few more cat-cows in this more traditional pose. So go ahead and find your steady tabletop to prepare. Then on the inhale, sit bones rise, tailbone comes towards the sky as you pull the chest through, driving the shoulder blades down to push the heart forward just a little bit more. Exhale, rounding, spreading the shoulder blades wide, feeling that space along the back body. Inhale, belly falls, gaze lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly falls, pull the heart through. Exhale, round. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to that neutral spine. And then from here, I want you to start to bump the hips over towards the right and reach the fingertips over towards the left. Finding a little bit of space in the outer edge of the right hip. Movement doesn't have to be anything big. Whenever you start to feel the sensation within the right hip, that is everywhere you need to be. Keeping the tailbone down towards the earth. Try not to let it stick up towards the sky. They might make a little bit too much, that might create a little bit too much tension or compression within the front of the hip. So keep that tailbone down. Then come back up towards center. Walk the hands over to the left, or to the right. Sit the hips over towards the left. Keep that tailbone tucked under. And inhale back towards center, coming back towards tabletop. Reintegrate with your stable tabletop, belly button in towards the spine. We're moving from this position, left leg lifts straight back behind you. Right arm reaches forward. Holding here. Keeping that equilibrium from right to left hip. Keeping that left hip facing down towards the earth. Belly button in. And exhale, drive everything in towards one another, driving the right elbow in towards left knee. Feeling that compression within the core. Then inhale, open. Reintegrate, stabilize. Exhale, close everything off, pull everything in, pressing through the heel of that left hand to give yourself some space. Inhale, open. One more. Exhale, drive in. Inhale, open. And then from here, right hand plants. Spin the right toes to the outer edge of the mat. Let the left foot plant at the back right corner of the mat. And then open up the chest towards the left edge. So you're coming into gate pose. Opening the left side body, expanding from fingertips all the way to the outer edge of the left foot. Reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, driving the outer edge of the left foot towards the back of the mat to feel that space. Close everything off. Left hand comes back towards the mat. Right foot comes back in towards midline. Left leg lifts just for a moment back behind you until it comes down to meet the right. Moving on to the other side. Right leg extends long. Left arm lifts. Pressing through the heel of the right hand. Staying strong from fingertip to shoulder blade. Check in with your hips. Are they both square to the earth? Belly button in towards the spine. Left arm reaching forward, keeping the side body long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, drive the left elbow in towards the right knee, pressing through the heel of the right hand to allow for more space. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, drive everything in. Compress, engage the core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drive everything in. Pull it all in. Turn that core on to zip everything in towards midline. Inhale, lengthen. Stabilize through the core. Left hand plants. Spin the left toes to the outer edge of the mat. Right foot plants on the back of the mat as the right arm reaches up and over gate pose. Staying lifted through that left arm. Reach to the fingertips. Chest presses forward to the right edge of the mat. And then keeping that length as you anchor through the outer edge of the right foot. Take a few deep breaths here, filling as deep as you can through that inhale. Exhale everything out. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, close everything off. Right hand plants. Spin the left foot back towards center. Right leg lifts for just a moment until the right leg meets the left. And bring the big toes to touch, knees come wide. Sit the hips back, child's pose. Take a breath or two here. Settle into your space for just a moment. From here, reach the fingertips long towards the top of the mat. Grip into the earth as you pull the body forward, rounding the back. Pulling your body through cat pose. You can allow the big toes to come away from one another. Keeping the rounding of the upper back as the hips fall. Once the hips fall down towards the earth, you start to unravel the upper back, pulling the heart and chest through. Gazing forward, coming into plank. Then exhale. Allow the belly to fall all the way down to the earth. Chest comes to the earth. Forehead to the earth. Make any adjustments you need to find your space on the mat. And then go ahead and bring the forearms underneath you. Elbows underneath the shoulders. You can stay relaxed as you settle into your base. And then pull the chest through. Keep the shoulder blades on the back body. Collarbones start to widen even more. The more you engage the back body, the more you're able to pull the chest through. Pull the heart through. to get a little bit stronger in the back. As you anchor through the elbows to the forearms, find that pressure into the earth and then pull, act as if you're pulling those forearms into your hips. So using that drive back to pull the chest forward. Keep that engagement for 5, 4, pull the chest higher, 3, 2, open the shoulders nice and wide, pulling the shoulders open, pressing the shoulder blades down the back body for 2, an extra second, 1, lower all the way down, chest comes to the earth, arms come into a capital T. Take a few breaths here to allow yourself to feel your body sink into the mat. With every inhale, you feel the rib cage, your back body puff up into the space you can't see, but you feel that fill. And then exhale as you settle even further into the earth. A few more breaths. From here, keep the right arm long. Tense the left fingertips near the left shoulder. You're going to bend the left knee. And you're going to open the body over towards the left side of the ring. So you're opening the chest as the left leg reaches towards the right fingertips. If this twist provides too much sensation within the body, whether it's in the shoulder, the hips, anywhere, if it brings any level of discomfort, just keep that left leg to hover over the right and just spin the hips over towards the left. That left leg doesn't need to do anything bigger than the body needs today. Wherever you're at, though, allow the right ear to rest onto the mat. Whatever capacity feels good for you today, just allowing the body to open towards the left side of the room. And then come back towards center, driving the left knee back towards the earth. Then go ahead and switch sides, tent the right fingertips, left arm extends into that capital T. And then whatever capacity we're moving in today, whether you're bending that right knee, reaching the right toes towards the left fingertips, or just spinning the hips open towards the right. Breathing into the sensation that you're feeling within the left shoulder. If you were taking a bigger expression of this pose, drive the right knee, just the outer edge of that right knee, just a little bit further towards that space behind you. Keep that right hip open. Then go ahead and start to drive the right knee back towards the earth, or unravel the hips to bring your belly back. You can bring the arms alongside the body. Turn the head, rest an ear on the mat. And again, feel the slow rise and fall of the rib cage. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Sit back, child's pose. Come into your most comfortable expression of child's pose, whether that means bringing the knees nice and wide, big toes to touch, giving your body space, your belly space to rest heavy towards the earth, or if you want to take something a little bit more closed off. Again, feel your body, see what your body needs, and provide it the space it needs to find movement. but to also find a bit of ease, a bit of rest. Start to walk the fingertips over towards the left. Chest is facing down towards the earth. Trying to create more space within the right side of the body by driving the right hip down towards the right heel as you anchor the right fingertips long, reaching them a little bit further towards the left. Moving a little bit deeper into that right rib cage, that right side body. If you're comfortable, if you're feeling a good amount of sensation here, please feel free to stay here. If you want to explore a little bit more movement, keep that right hand anchored and then start to spin the chest towards the left just a little bit more. The left hand is going to come back behind you towards that right hip crease. So you're spinning the chest open a little bit more towards the left side of the room. Exploring a little bit deeper sensation within the right side body. Feel free to lift your gaze over towards the left as well. Allowing the right ear to settle on the right bicep. And bring the left hand back to meet the right. And then start to walk through center and make your way over towards the right side. Feel free to make any adjustments in your child's pose that you need. Breathing to that left side body. Driving the left hip bone or the left sit bone down towards the left heel. You reach through the left fingertips. Anchor into this space and feel free to move further. Start to pressing down through the left hand. Start to spin the chest open towards the right. The right arm can come back behind you, reaching for the left hip crease. And allow the left ear to rest on the left bicep. Just exploring a little bit of different sensation, getting into the left side body. It's not a big spin of the chest over towards the right. Make it as much as you need. Right arm comes down to meet the left. Then walk everything back towards center, child's pose. As we come to the end of class today, feel free to modify your child's pose. Maybe now you're looking for something a little bit deeper, so opening the knees wide along towards the long edges of the mat. Or maybe you want to end a little bit more closed off, bringing everything in towards one another, finding that embryo pose. Wherever you choose to be, we'll be here for the next few breaths. Feel free to soften the arms, allowing the forearms to come down to the earth. Feeling that sensation of compression deepen as your upper body starts to feel a little bit heavier. A few more breaths here. And then start to walk your hands towards you. Bring the knees a little bit closer towards one another if you took that wider stance. Since we were resting in a little bit of compression for some time, we're just gonna find some front body opening for our last pose, coming into some hip extension. So plant the fingertips beyond the toes. Open the shoulders, collarbones wide. Heart is nice and open, facing towards the front of the mat. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Start from this open position, and then start to drive down towards the top of the feet, through the shins as you press the hips forward. Feel that opening of the front body just deepen. Feel the sensation increase through the front body, from the thighs, the hips, the belly, the shoulders. Maybe allowing the head to drop. Opening through the neck, the throat. And exhale. Keeping the collarbones wide, the chest open, allow the hips to come back towards the heels. Pull the heart through. And exhale, release. Palms come to the thighs. And allow your gaze to soften, or even close your eyes here. As we conclude class here, feel free to sit in this space with your eyes closed for as long as you need to appreciate the sensations, the movements, the energy that was created through class. Or you can find Shavasana, your final rest, if you prefer to conclude class today in that way. Thank you so much for practicing with me. As always, I look forward to practicing with you next time. Have a great day.